Alright, let's cut through the noise. What's really causing our planet to heat up, and why does it matter to every single one of us? It's easy to get lost in the flood of headlines, scientific reports, and heated debates. But at the core, the answer is surprisingly straightforward. Forget the complicated jargon for a second. Let's talk about what's actually happening in plain language. I want to break down the real reasons behind global warming, so you can actually understand what's going on, and why it's so urgent that we pay attention. First up, the number one culprit, greenhouse gases. These are the invisible troublemakers that are changing the very air we breathe. The main ones are carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. They might sound like something out of a chemistry class, but they're all around us every day. Think of them as an invisible blanket wrapping around the Earth and trapping the sun's heat inside our atmosphere. This blanket is what keeps our planet warm enough for life, but now it's getting way too thick. Here's the catch. That blanket is getting thicker, and it's not just nature doing it, it's us. Human activity is piling on extra layers, making it harder for heat to escape. The biggest reason? Burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas. These fuels power our cars, heat our homes, and run our factories, but they also release huge amounts of greenhouse gases. Every time we drive, fly, flip on a light, or manufacture products, we're pumping out carbon dioxide. It's like adding more and more insulation to a house that's already too warm. Since the Industrial Revolution, humans have increased atmospheric CO2 by more than 50%. That's a staggering leap in just a couple of centuries, a blink of an eye in Earth's history. This rapid rise in CO2 is directly linked to the warming we're seeing: melting glaciers, rising sea levels, and more extreme weather. But carbon dioxide isn't the only player in this story. There are other gases making things worse. Methane, for example, is much more powerful at trapping heat than CO2, even though there's less of it in the air. It's like a supercharged greenhouse gas. And where does methane come from? Raising livestock like cows and sheep, landfills full of rotting waste, and even wetlands all release methane into the atmosphere. Plus, leaking natural gas pipes and oil wells add even more methane to the mix, making the problem worse. Nitrous oxide is another greenhouse gas, and it mostly comes from fertilizers used in farming. When we grow more food to feed a growing population, we end up releasing more of this potent gas. So yes, what we eat and how we grow it also play a role in heating up the planet. Our food choices and farming methods matter more than we might think. Now you might wonder, what about natural causes like volcanoes or changes in the sun's energy? Sure, these things do affect Earth's temperature, but their impact is tiny compared to what we're doing with greenhouse gases. Natural factors can't explain the rapid warming we're seeing now. Scientists have measured these natural influences for decades, and the data is clear. The scale and speed of today's warming just don't match up with what nature alone can do. There's another big factor: deforestation. When we chop down forests, we lose the trees that would otherwise suck up carbon dioxide and help keep the air clean. Fewer trees means more carbon stays in the air, making the greenhouse effect even stronger. It's a double hit: more emissions and less natural cleanup. So when you add it all up, factories, cars, farms, and deforestation, it's clear that human activities are the main drivers of global warming. The evidence is overwhelming and clear. Decades of research, thousands of scientists, and mountains of data all point to the same conclusion. But here's the good news. Since we caused it, we also have the power to fix it. Our choices, big and small, can make a real difference. Small changes, big impact, and it all starts with understanding the real reasons behind global warming. The more we know, the more we can do. Thanks for watching. And